Hey everyone, welcome to B2B Freelance Writer. On this channel, you're learning how to become a highly paid freelance writer, mostly in content writing. And content writing involves SEO, search engine optimization. It's one of the finest skills you can learn as a freelance writer. We'll talk about this a little bit in this video and also GEO. It won't be a course on SEO or GEO, rather an overview. There are more experienced and better people at teaching either one of these, especially SEO. I understand them at a reasonably good level because I use them in my writing services. However, we'll just go over them and understand a little bit the difference and what's really going on, especially with GEO. Let's get into it. So SEO, search engine optimization, you're making your content easy for search engines to find and rank. The basic principle is when they search for something, you want to appear on the first page, ideally in the first two results. More visibility means more traffic, more leads for your client. That's why they're paying you to write their articles. So in practice, it involves keyword research to find what your audience is actually searching for. So let's say I want to rank an article for AI-powered CRM. That's the keyword, AI-powered CRM. So I'll, let's say, put my target keyword in the title, in the first 100 words, at least in one subheading. All of these are basic SEO, practices that you can learn very easily. It's not very difficult to learn, but it's a very, very good skill to have. So you can look more into it, checking out maybe channels that cover SEO or even marketing websites, and you'll find out more. But these are the basics. You want to structure your content in an easy to read way and a scannable way, so short paragraphs, good subheadings, bullet points. Your content has to be around 1500 to 2500 words, but that's not exact. I've written very short content and very long content, close to 5000 words. These have ranked well as well, so it's not a hard rule. You'll have often internal links to other relevant content on the same site and external links to reputable sources. That builds trust and authority. Let's say you've linked to a peer-reviewed journal. What's interesting is it's two ways. So sometimes when people are finding out about that peer-reviewed journal, because you're linked to them, they could also find you and vice versa. So it's very good to have reputable sources as external links. Okay, so now GEO. You'll hear everywhere that SEO is dead, is being replaced with the rise of AI. It's not really true. It's not being replaced, it's being extended. You need a parallel strategy. So GEO, generative engine optimization. It basically means to optimize your content to rank in generative engines. What are generative engines? These are AI models like ChatGPT because people are using them as search engines. So the principles of GEO, they do differ from traditional SEO. They favor more direct answers, specific content about what buyers need. So think of the clients of your client. Listicles are huge with AI, structured data, and basically user-generated content that AI models use to build their own answers. So you want to structure your content in that way so that AI uses your content in their answers. If you're cited by a credible source, that also helps because AI tends to favor credible sources. A note, it depends which AI as well. For example, ChatGPT versus Claude. Claude tends to be a better AI when it comes to search engine and other things as well, actually. It is true that a lot of buyers are now using ChatGPT, Claude, other AIs as search engines. It's a reality. We want to optimize our content to adapt to that. You should not be worried though. You should not be worried because GEO is something that does not have an exact science, unlike SEO. We're still trying to understand the impact of AI. We're still studying how buyers use AI versus Google search. You might think about it yourself. You might use AI to understand a little bit more, but when you're actually looking for credible information, you'll go to Google because you know that AI could totally invent things as well. We have that in our mind. So when it comes to credibility, Google still seems to win. We'd rather see something written by a human expert than what AI would construct. Sometimes AI just gives us what we want to hear. But to really understand something, I did that even when I had to understand the whole CRM industry. AI is very useful because you can have a back and forth. You don't have to be worried because there's no exact way to optimize your content for generative optimization, engine optimization, sorry. I've written a few ways here, sure, but that's very vague. There's not a definitive course on being super optimized for AI because AI is evolving so fast and so many features being added to it. Anybody who tells you that there's an exact science behind GEO is basically lying. There is behind SEO, and you should learn it. It's a very, very important skill to have. But be aware of GEO. Keep track of how it's evolving, and yeah, maybe do keep it in mind when you're writing your content that ranking within AI models can be useful. So maybe making your content in a more listicle format might help. But there's no definitive way to check it as well. What it does, understanding GEO when you are talking to your potential prospects, just the fact that you are aware of it, what does it do? It displays industry expertise, and that's a very good proof signal. So learn about it as much as you can, keep track how it's evolving, realize that there's not an exact science behind it, but understanding the difference between SEO and GEO is very good. It adds to your industry expertise and it makes you come across as a more professional when speaking to potential prospects. All very, very good things as a B2B freelance writer. Thank you for watching this video. If you've made it this far, you might be finding this content quite useful. So hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.